Amateur Night.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Amateur Night, Season 2, Episode 5. I'm your host, Frosty, here with Jakey Muffins, a.k.a. Jake Schoen. Schoen, right? Help me out here.
Shown.
I knew it as soon as I said it.
Yeah.
We're here for some Penguins baseball with the Indiana Baseball League, continuing our season. Ran through, obviously we're playing select games, the ones that are recorded. This is game 8 of the season for the Penguins. Last time we checked in, they beat the Brewers to move back to 500. That was game 5. Game 6, they won as well against the Bombers. And so now the Penguins are 4-3, one game behind the Monarchs for third place in the conference. And guess who we're playing today, Jake? The Monarchs themselves. So big game, early season matchup here for our friends, the Penguins. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, obviously a lot on the line there with the matchup against the Monarchs. Looking for some continued good pitching for the Penguins, and hopefully they can have the bats that we saw the last game. A couple of the first games kind of went quiet sometimes, but last game I think they kind of picked up from what we saw.
Yeah, I totally agree. We need to see the bats move. One of the things that I think has been a massive improvement on this 3-game winning streak, which, by the way, is the longest winning streak in Penguins baseball history, 3 games, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you only play 15 games in a season. So winning 3 is pretty, for a newer team, it's not terrible. But anyway, so in this game, obviously, what we've seen is there's a lot of new pitchers that came out. Colin Carey, who pitched, or Carey Colin Carey, sorry, started the first 2 games. New pitcher has out for the season for the Penguins. But the Penguins, it feels like, have kind of fallen into kind of a rhythm of 3 pitchers that they use pretty often. We have Sam Jordan, newcomer, Sam Moran, returner, and then Corey, myself, in there as well as kind of the 3 pitchers. I feel like that settled them down, but you're right. The bats got to start moving to keep up with the pitching. These 3 pitchers all have an ERA under 2 at this point of the season. Meanwhile, the Monarchs, one of the best hitting teams in the league, a team that's always competing for championships. And so they just lost the last game. They're coming off a loss to go to 5-2. But here we are now. So mid-season matchup, literally mid-season matchup. We get halfway through the game. We're halfway through the season, as there's only 15 games this year. So Penguins are up to bat first. Let's go through their starting lineup. So the Penguins batting Antonio Ochoa first this game. Antonio came onto the team a couple games into the season, has been hitting pretty well. Hit well last year for Del Caribe, a team that doesn't exist anymore in the IBL, playing second base. Shortstop, Alex Agrawal. Agrawal's mostly played. He's pictured here, but he mostly plays shortstop. Although we saw him play center field last game just because of the low number of players in that game. Jacob Heller moved up to third, playing third base. A really good hitter, former college player. He came and joined the team the same time as Antonio. Been a really good pickup for the Penguins as well. A much needed bat. We have Ricardo Jimenez, a new Penguin this year. This is his first year with the Penguins. Been playing slow pitch softball until he decided to get back into baseball when he moved to Indiana. Is now the everyday first baseman for the Penguins. We have Everett Laughlin batting 5th, playing left field. Everett's great. He's a do-it-all player, left-handed, what we call slap hitter, likes to put the ball on the left side of the field rather than pull it a lot. Battles every at-bat, makes it tough for the pitchers. And then we have Ryan Rufer in center field, great outfielder, speedy runner. Has had a little bit of a down season with his bat, but we expect that to pick up. Jose Alvarado, his second season with the Penguins, playing right field, a good power hitter for the Penguins. Then we have Tyler Sherrard, kind of the all-world catcher for the Penguins, probably one of the best top 2 or 3 catchers in the league. Also a really good hitter. Can make stuff happen on the base paths as well. In this league, you can run for your pitchers and catchers. I think it says a lot for the Penguins and for Tyler that Tyler runs for himself, even though that's a lot of work as a catcher. He's squatting all the time and then running. But it's because he's really good. He's a plus on the base paths. Tony Safranek playing EH today, our extra hitter. Reminder that you don't have to have the same people hitting and batting, or hitting and fielding in this league. We've been off a couple weeks, so I think that's an important rules distinction. So our last two hitters don't play the field, but they'll be hitting. Tony does play third base. He's a returning all-star for the Penguins, but just DH or EH duties, if you will, today. And then Adam Lesniak, the backup catcher for the Penguins, round out the order. So one big bat missing for the Penguins. We saw there Derek White leads the team in home runs. I think he's top 5 in the league in batting average and on base percentage and RBIs is out, unfortunately, for this game. So that's a big bat that the Penguins will be missing. So without further ado, Jake, what do you say we get into it? As soon as I start this video, the first pitch is coming. So no national
Yeah.
anthem or anything. If you want to sing it before we start, I'm down with that. You just let me know.
No, I think I'm gonna pass for the second
Oh,
straight day on the singing portion.
I'm gonna get it eventually. That's my goal.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's get this game underway. Penguins and Monarchs in IBL action. And there's ball one to start the game. I told you it was fast.
Mhm.
Antonio Ochoa, decent view here, a little further back than we're used to, but you can see the whole field, which is nice. Another ball. Good start here for the Penguins. Antonio being patient. Another ball. Something that we'll see, Jake. It's kind of hard to tell from this distance. One thing is obvious, the other thing is not. We see a fake bunt, and he gets a walk, ball 4. Is that there's only one umpire in this game today. There's no
Okay.
umpire behind the plate, as you can see. The
Mhm.
umpire behind the mound will be there for the entirety of the game. They call that a strike. And so he'll be calling balls and strikes from there. So we may have a little bit of a hard time calling balls and strikes or marking them here. So if that happens, apologies. As we see, I've already messed up, but that's all right. That Antonio actually had a strike called on him. He flew out there. There is no runner on first base, so we'll get rid of that. One out here for the Penguins. Good hit there. Foul, unfortunately, for Alex Agrawal, who's having a really good season. Takes the ball there. Beautiful looking day. A good day to look for UFOs. So, Jake, I feel like you haven't spent a ton of time in the Midwest. Is that true?
Have not, no. Pretty much just for the basketball games I've been up there.
Yeah. Did you expect it? We can hear it here as we see a ground ball. Hold that thought. That's a foul ball. Um, did you expect there to be so much wind in these games?
No, honestly, that I did not.
It's one of the things I never realized as a kid growing up in the Midwest, but then when I moved to Colorado, where there's hills and mountains and things, and then came back, it really is something that stood out to me. Full count here, I think. Unofficially, a full count here. Hit there by Agrawal. And we can tell by the cowbell that that drops in for a single. So good hit by Agrawal to get on base. Penguins one on, nobody out. One on, one out. I'm sorry. Jake Heller up next. We're number 99. Interesting fact about Jake, he didn't pick 99. It was just the only jersey we had left. So who knows what number he'll be, assuming he comes back next year, because we always keep one jersey, just like we do for the Instigators. After we had a player that didn't have a jersey, we have an extra jersey. It's always designated 99. Let's carry over here. So we see a ball. Monarchs are a really good team run by Eric Rusi, who is also, I believe, the vice president of the IBL and in charge of the player pool. And so apparently Agrawal did get out. So that's 3 outs. This is going to be a rough one today when we can't see the umpire. But that's all right. Top of the second. That's why we don't put hits on here. You can't see them. It's really weird when you do the mobile app. We may have to try this one time. When you do the mobile app, so we use this to keep our stats. Game changer. So not only is it this is the app we use, not only are we streaming it on there, but we also use it to keep all the stats digitally. So I'm marking balls and strikes live during the game. The problem is it has its own scoreboard for that, which is really useful. Uh, but it doesn't work on desktop. It
Uh,
only works on the mobile app. So maybe sometime I'll try to stream it from my phone while we're watching, see if it'll pull up that scoreboard. So that way I don't have to do it digitally and look stupid every stream. But I do today, and that's okay because it's amateur night. It's not pro night. It's not even night, frankly.
yeah,
So
I
everything
think
about this show is a lie.
pretty much. I think the cowbell threw us off too. I think that made us think somebody was on base because of that.
Yeah. So now we know the cowbell is Monarchs, not for Penguins. You know,
Yeah,
um, neither are cows. So you're up. It's a
yeah.
guess. I am wearing my official game day Penguins hat for this game, as you can see on my head. So this is the first year we've had these uniforms and this hat and this logo. We did a whole rebrand for this year. Sam Jordan on the mound to start for the Penguins, not hitting today, mostly to save his legs, particularly early in the season. We've had Sam go 4 or 5 innings in the past. And as we do that, people don't know, like when you bat as a pitcher and you get on base, as a lot of our pitchers do, we have some really good hitting pitchers. I'm not one of them, so discount me from that. But Sam Jordan and Sam Moran in particular, um, it wears your legs out to hit and run, and then you got to go out there and you use your legs a lot to pitch. So it's stressful on your legs, and so this is part of the program that our illustrious manager me has run through to kind of keep Sam healthy as we go into the season. We'll see if he hits more. If we need hitting, Sam's a guy that you can bring in, and I think will hit pretty well. We'll see if that changes throughout the season, but for now, it's about protecting his um, energy and stamina so we can use him as deeply into a game as we need to. So this fan is definitely a Monarchs fan. Um, so we, playfully boo her. I'm sure she's a nice lady. As 14 gets in the box, we know this because not because of my notes, but because the woman said, "Let's go 1-4." So thank you for the assist. Playing it, it looks like this is Bishop Chatard High School, uh, turf field. Um, well, we know it's a ball, I guess. Thank you. But yeah, turf field. A lot of these private schools here around the Indianapolis area have turf fields. Positives and negatives. One out. So Cho is up. We have a third announcer here for us today, which is nice. Cho's a really good hitter. Actually, funny story. We met my first season formally because we both made the All Star team and we're on the same team my first season. So Cho, really good guy, really good ball player, great outfielder, but he can catch. He can do whatever you want. He grounds out there. I hope. Heller with the throw. That's out number 2. So great start here for Sam Jordan. Oh, but what I was saying, turf field's nice because you don't have to hit rocks or dirt or the edge of the grass, right? Like, baseball is almost like golf in the fact that the terrain really makes a big difference on how hard it is to play the game. You don't have all that because this is all carpet, as you can see. But it is hot. And in Indiana, it's hot and humid in the summer. You got to add about 15, 20 degrees when you're playing on a turf field to the temperature on the field. It's a lot like a racetrack. Interesting fact, these turf fields are actually built out of recycled tires partially. So it is very much like a tarmac. Sam Jordan looking to go 3 up, 3 down here. Throws the ball there. another ball based on the clapping. By the way, I'm drinking my W today. I turn this W.
Yeah.
Make sure you get some. I know you just ordered some. Use my
Yeah.
code
Yeah.
Apex Athletics.
Yeah, you can order some from w.gg. If you use our code Apex Athletics, you get an exclusive discount on any of your orders.
Here comes pitch. 3-1 count. We think. It's ball four. I had at least 3 balls correct.
Yeah.
So Sam Jordan issues his first walk of the game. So we see the catcher now taking off his shin guards and getting ready to bat. Little league style. That's what you got to do in this league, right? Especially because, they want Major League Baseball games to be shorter. And indeed, they are shorter. They're between 2.5 and 3 hours now, most of the time. In the IBL, it's mandated it's got to be shorter. A game cannot, as the pass ball by Tyler there, runner moves to second. Get a good look at Tyler's hair. In the IBL, all games have to finish within 2 hours and 45 minutes. So if you don't hit 9 innings, it's a lot like banana ball. Well, I think banana ball is 2 hours. If you don't play 9 innings, it doesn't matter. The game's over. You do get to finish the inning if you're in the middle of an inning, though. So it'd be crazy if you didn't. If it were like football or basketball, right? You got to like make the play before the time runs out. So we see strike one. Banana ball though makes me think, Jake. What rules would you like? Give me one rule you would implement in regular baseball that you think would make it infinitely better. So we see a foul ball there. 1-2.
I'll be honest, I don't know a ton of the rules as far as banana ball goes.
It doesn't have to be a banana ball rule. You can use any rule for baseball.
Uh, I know they have one. I think it is from banana ball. If a fan catches the ball, it can be
Out.
counted as an out. I do like that.
I like that too as we end the inning here. So 4 up, 3 down here. Penguins don't allow any runs. We are um, heading to, well, this inning is wrong. The top of the second. 0-0. Yeah, that's a good rule. I like that one too. One I've been thinking about a lot is I think this would be a kind of a small tweak, but not, it'd be a major tweak. Is that you start with the top of your order every inning. And so like the only time the 7, 8, 9 hitter is hitting is when you're having a big inning. That's what I think.
Yeah, that definitely changed a lot of strategies. In any game with that.
Yeah, imagine like, oh, doing well. Imagine like Shohei Otani. It's great when he bats 3, 4 times a game, but imagine if he batted 9 times a game.
Yeah.
That'd be great. As we see the warm-up catcher being deployed already for the second time this game. And here comes the real catcher who got out to end the inning last time. That's hard work. You got to run back. You got out. Now you got to go put on all this gear. It's hot out. I think it's about 100 degrees during this game. We see Ricardo move to the other side there. Throw down to second base. Looked like a pretty good throw there from the catcher. Just hit the microphone with my cup. Cool. We'll edit that in post. All right, Ricardo, let's go. Here's the pitch. Looks like a ball. I'd call it a ball. So now I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna see balls on and strikes mostly based off what I think it is. So we'll see how good this umpire is because I'm not wrong. It's like that meme of the guy in like left field that takes a picture of his phone with his phone. He's like, that was clearly a strike from like where he is. You can't see him play.
Yeah.
Hit by Ricardo, right back to the pitcher. I'll be out number one. Hard disagree. I don't want that strategy at all. I don't want anything that this lady is saying. Just to be clear. I'm sure she's nice though. Hard hit there by Everett, right back to the pitcher. That's out number two. And Ryan Roofer's up now, number 0. Touched on this before, but we have a 0 and a double 0 on this team. Both those numbers are legal. It's like NASCAR. So we called that a strike. That was on the corner, but I'll give it to him. That was probably a strike. Looked a little far out, but we're at an angle too, so that could be why. Roofer fouls that one off. Roofer puts a charge into that one. It's caught, however, in the outfield. It looks like left field. And that'll be out number 3. So Penguins once again don't score. We move to the bottom of the second for real this time. We saw the warm-up catcher only for a second there. He didn't actually catch any. I like this field because there's a football field behind it. You can see the field goal post. It feels like it's a target, right? Like who can hit a home run that's a field goal first? That's one of the things, honestly, that surprised me more about the IBL is there are plenty of home runs hit, considering it's an amateur baseball league. You know what I mean? It's not like slow pitch softball where uh, hitting the ball is not hard. You know what not as hard, I should say. Still hard. Don't get me wrong. But here it's much harder, and you have really good pitchers, and yet guys are still hitting home runs every now and then.
I feel like if you can hit the field goal post, it's got to be worth 3 runs. So
Yeah, that seems fair. Nice throw there by Tyler. And the Monarchs will get us started here in the bottom of the second inning. 0-0 still. This woman is clearly a Monarchs fan. She knows all the players. That's really great. First pitch hit right back to the pitcher. What is going on? There's something in the water here. 3 of the last 4 outs have been ground balls to the pitcher. Number 3 is up now. Thank you. Sam from the windup. A little high. And the pitch. Also a little high. I'll tell you, Sam does this every now and then. Pitches will be high for a little bit, and then all of a sudden he finds the zone again. He's not a wild pitcher by any stretch of the imagination. He has really good control. But every now and then you have an inning where he's just kind of a little high with his pitches. I don't think he's like smoking weed or anything. Gives up a line drive there to center field. Looks like that'll be a single. Sorry, it's a double. He got onto second base there. The joys of amateur night, man. Although we get it sometimes in instigators games too, just a little bit. I mean, hell, they get it in NFL games sometimes. I believe that was a ball. Drop the ball, and the runner will get on first. A little trouble here for the Penguins as the Monarchs have first and second after that. It looked like an error by the shortstop, Alex Agrawal there. Pretty good breakdown there from our Monarchs super fan. I think we should give her a nickname. I'm leaning the Queens instead of the Monarchs. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good nickname.
The straight call there from the umpire. The outside a little high there. 1-1. No UFOs so far. UFO counter still at 0 for the whole season. Another ball. A little wild here from Sam Jordan. Well, last batter was at a 2-0 count as well. And the statistics say, if the batter gets ahead 1-0, 2-0, right, 3-0, the further they get ahead, the better chance they have of obviously getting on base, but also just getting a hit, as we saw in that last one. This player right here, 26. Forgive me, I can't remember his name. He swings through that one. He actually played one game with the Penguins 2 years ago as a call up from the 18 plus when the Penguins didn't have enough players. And now he plays full time, 25 plus for the Monarchs. Really good shortstop, really good defender. Getting a lot of history of the Monarchs here in this half inning. 2-2, I believe. There's strike 3, so out number 2 here. Nice job by Jordan. Really important to get that out with 2 runners on. Now they can get out of this inning with an out here. This is why it's good to know your math facts, kids, so you know how many outs are left in a baseball game. That was a ball. Although we heard Ricardo at first base call that one a strike, the first one of the day.
Yeah.
Here comes pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. He picks it up, flips it to second. That'll be out number 3. Nice job there by Sam Jordan and the Penguins. Got into a little bit of trouble there. 2 on, 1 out. We got out of it with no runs scored. We head to the top of the third. Still tied 0-0. Are you surprised by the lack of offense by both teams here, Jake?
Maybe a little bit, especially with the Monarchs getting up in the count there, and we wound up with a strikeout instead. But that was definitely an opportunity that could have had some scored runs there. But all tied up, still looking for the first run here.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen IBL games already are decently high scoring. So to have a 0-0 game in the third is um, a little different, but not terrible by any means. I'm a fan of pitching duels. I think that's the best baseball. Most people don't agree with me. That's okay. They're wrong. We see both teams kind of making their way onto the field here. We see Jose Alvarado coming in. So Jose was unable to come and play for the Penguins to begin the season. This, I think, is like his third game playing for us. So he's wearing last year's jersey because he wasn't sure if he was going to be here. So he didn't have a jersey yet. It's coming, but for now he's the only guy on the team wearing a throwback.
Yeah.
One of two throwbacks. The Penguins are on their third jersey set of their history. The first was when they were the IBL Raiders and wore black and gold. Those jerseys were hot. That's what I remember about them. I
Yeah.
didn't mean they look good. I meant like you sweat wearing them.
Yeah.
Um, the one that Jose is wearing now is lovingly referred to by teams in the league and players in the league as the ice cream cone uniform.
We could do a callback to last season on an amateur night. We had Joe Bird, also number 11, wearing different jerseys throughout some of the games.
That's a good point. It must be as we see a ground ball there to first base. That's out number one. Or was it a foul ball? Looks like it was a foul ball. So that's strike one. Yeah, maybe it's something in the water for number 11s.
Yeah.
And we've been hit.
Oh.
First one of the game. That was a big one.
Yeah, and you got a strong camera there, didn't crack it or anything.
Yeah, no, that it's really well set up. We started using the new streaming device to hold it up. I think it held up there, man. It's worth its money. They should put that on the review.
Yeah.
Alvarado lines one into right field. That looks like a hit. It is. So that'll be a single for Alvarado. So the Penguins start the inning with a runner on first, nobody out. Nice job going the opposite way with it. Tyler Sherrard now looking down as he's getting signs from the third base coach. Is something on here? We never know. We know the Penguins do like to bunt though. Don't like to steal. We don't steal a lot. Instead, we get a swing. Third baseman. So they got the out at second, but there's still a runner on first. Elected not to bunt there. Instead, kind of runner on first, nobody out. One out instead of runner on second with one out. So we'll see if that works out here for the Penguins. To your point earlier, the Penguins just haven't done a good job of getting multiple hits in a row to get guys in. There's a swing and a miss there for strike two. I think it's strike two. I can't tell if that first pitch was a strike or not. Boom. This this is really TMI here in the background. I don't know if people are listening to this, but some family planning going on behind the camera. Tony pops that one out. So that's out number two. Pops up to shortstop. That's a first for amateur night or instigators. Uh, but hey, family planning is important, people. Lesniak up here, bottom of the order. Fouls one off, strike one. Not holding the runner on at first at all here with 2 outs. Now they are. Strike two there. This conversation's cracking me up. And that's strike three to end the inning. Penguins get a runner on, but aren't able to do anything with it. We head to the bottom of the third, still 0-0. While we're waiting for warm-ups here, I got to ask you, it's opening weekend for the NFL. We've already had 2 games, a Thursday and a Friday night game, which is a little weird.
Mhm.
Tomorrow the season kicks off. I know you're a big Buccaneers fan. What's your expectations for the Buccaneers as we head into the season?
Expectations, obviously, I think playoffs are the base, I'd say, for now.
Yeah.
They're in a weaker division, so it's a little bit easier, I'd say, hopefully to win that. Um, I don't know. I'd say maybe conference championship is what I'm expecting. Not sure
Yeah.
if they'll make it quite to the Super Bowl just because they've had some injuries plague them the past few seasons. Godwin's out to start the season as well, so we'll have to
Yeah.
see how he recovers from injury.
Yeah. No, they're an interesting team. You're right. It's kind of a lower division. You got who's in that? The Saints, the Falcons, and who's the other team?
Panthers.
The Panthers. Yeah. The Panthers could take a big step forward. The Falcons might as well if Penix figures it out. I think he's got a lot of he's got a ton of upside.
Mhm.
Not so sure about the Saints. It's tough when you lose your quarterback a couple months before the season starts. And so they I didn't even see if they said who they named. Is it Spencer Radler? Is that going to be their starter?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I like Spencer
Yeah.
Radler a lot. I just don't know if he's that guy.
Mhm. Yeah. And the Saints always have like they're on the borderline of like being over the salary cap every year too.
Yeah, and I don't know how with that team because there's not really standout guys. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Usually, teams that are really close to salary cap, it's because they're paying their quarterback more than 29 other quarterbacks or whatever. But clearly, not the case for the Saints.
Yeah, I think they may need like a tree planting business as a secondary source of income or something like that.
But this, it feels like this year might be make or break for Bryce Young over in Carolina. Penix will have a couple years behind him, but to go. But Carolina needs to probably make a step forward this year. All right, we're back to it here. Bottom third. Ball nearly hit the batter, but instead it's just ball one. Sam Jordan out there for a third inning. Swing and miss, strike one. One thing we didn't note, I should have. Sam Moran not available for this game. So really, the only 2 of the 3 pitchers are available for the Penguins. So my guess is they're probably going to push Sam to go as far as he can in this one. Well, can't tell if that was a strike or not, so we'll call the ball. But yeah, with only 2 pitchers, obviously you're looking at one guy. One guy's got to go 5 innings, if my math is right. Typically starters are asked to do that, as we've gotten drilled. This might be a problem for the rest of the game here. We get a really good look at this bar, though. Pitch. That's a ball. This is just like a cinematic view of baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See another ball. So 3-2 here. Good to break down the difference between fast pitch, slow pitch softball, and baseball there. So we get a strikeout, 1 out. I mean, the camera's been hit pretty hard this game.
Yeah, I mean, it survived two pretty solid hits. This was the third one of the
Yeah.
game.
Ball hit to the left side. Third baseman fields it. That's out number 2. Good news is we could get hit again and it'll straighten us out, maybe.
Yeah. Well, and, with the cinematic shot, it's reminiscent of some of the Mets broadcasts this year. They've had some great transitions and shots that I've seen.
That's true. I think that was a strike. It's really hard to call balls and strikes at this point.
Yeah. If we had like a little more focus, maybe, but we're also
Yeah.
like a little blurry too.
Yeah. Okay, there we
Oh,
go.
look at that.
All right. This isn't the greatest view, but it's better. It's like a little voyeurism into baseball now. Like we're looking through a little peephole, which is weird. But
Yeah.
foul ball. See, this is the problem with backstop nets versus cages. A cage would have been okay, but because it's a net, there's a lot more give. Comes the pitch. 0-2. It's outside. Good thought there, though. One, two count. Here comes the pitch from Sam Jordan. Hits the batter, and that'll put him on first base. Just a little inside there. Saw what he was trying to do, but ball didn't break quite enough, and now Cho will be up, number 25. On the bigger screen to my right, I can see the game a little bit better. So every now and then I glance over there to see what's going on. Right on first 2 outs. A little high. Good pitch there. Strike one. 1-1. Base hit. Looks like that's through the gap. No, third baseman Heller makes it. Makes the play. Good play there by the third baseman, Jake Heller, and that's out number 3. So we head to the 4th inning. Still 0-0. Who's Syracuse play this weekend?
They are playing UConn. Traditionally a good basketball matchup, but football matchup this week.
Yeah, that's a terrible football matchup.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And I'm just pulling up the score now. They're at half, it looks like. Syracuse is down 6-14. So
Okay.
not looking too good. I don't think UConn, from my knowledge, is that good at football.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They kind of remind me of kind of like they have like years where they're okay. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But never anything like killer. They remind me a lot of like UNC.
Yeah, that was a surprising game to say the least. The debut of Belichick.
Yeah, my favorite thing was him saying that before the game he hopes it doesn't, um, it's not as bad as his head coaching debut in the NFL, but it was actually worse
Yeah,
by quite a
yeah.
bit. I think he'll figure it out. I think it'll be fine, but maybe not. I mean, he flamed out with the Patriots pretty bad after Tom Brady left, but it's hard to tell. You know, that'll be the debate until the end of time is who made who, or you know what I mean, sort of thing.
Mhm.
Brady probably has the argument right now with the extra, years with the Buccaneers, obviously.
Yeah, I also think it's like an interesting dynamic him jumping into the college side of things. It's a lot different how it works. You can't cut college kids. Like it's one of the biggest differences.
Yeah, you can encourage them to enter the transfer portal, though.
Yeah.
Right now
Well,
college football is as close to the NFL as it's ever going to get. So I get the idea, but
mhm.
also I think it says a lot that no NFL team really wanted to pick him up. And we're back to the top of the lineup here. Antonio Ochoa up. He takes the ball. Ground ball to guess who? The pitcher makes the tag. That's out number one. Pitcher's showing out in this game. Agarwal up looking for a sign from the third base coach who gives what looks like no sign, although that might be a sign. Who knows? I mean, I know, but you know what I mean. Ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman scoops it up, throw down to first. In time. That's out number two. Well, our team's wearing white. Their team's wearing red. That should make it easier. Here comes the pitch. Swing and miss there. It's called a strike 0-2. I think it was called a strike. It sounded like it was called a strike. Strike three. So 3 up, 3 down. Heading to the bottom of the fourth. Still 0-0. I think each team's got like 1 or 2 hits too. I haven't been keeping track, but um, not a lot of offense from either side. Pitchers locking it down. Yankees playing right now, bottom third, up 2-0. That AL East race is close. Sam Jordan back out there for a fourth inning. So as I said, some pitchers got to make it 5 innings. Uh, might be him. The way he's looked, why not? I'd leave him out there as long as he can throw. There's a good pitch. As the catcher comes back out here, warm up catcher's duty's done for the inning. Next year, Jake, we got to get you out here next summer as the warm up catcher for the Penguins.
Yeah. don't know. I don't think I've ever played catcher, even like a warm-up catcher before.
Really?
Yeah, I was always like second base or outfield.
Yeah. I did catcher for a while until I was probably about 13 or 14, and then I stopped. Monarchs are up here. Here comes the pitch as we get the bottom of the fourth underway. Hit hard there, shortstop. Fields it. Throw to first. Good scoop by the first baseman. That's out number one. Just in our field of view. This is number 11 for the Monarchs, apparently. I couldn't tell because he's wearing the same jersey as everybody else on his team. Pitch a little high there. 1-0. There you go. Good pitch. Strike one. That's just good life advice. Let's get ball there. 2-1. Strike two on the swing and miss. 2-2. Sam looking good here in the fourth inning. As he went around, that's strike three. So 2 down here for the Penguins. It's not Chang hitting. I like the enthusiasm, though. I think it was a strike. I can't tell. I can't tell if that was Ricardo the second time. The first part was Ricardo.
We got 4 announcers this week.
It's crazy, man. It's getting crowded in here. That's definitely a ball. Comes pitch. That's out number 3, and the Penguins hold strong here. We go to the 5th inning here, 0-0. This game's cruising along, Jake.
Yeah, definitely didn't expect us to be halfway here and still 0-0.
Yeah, and with this, we mark the halfway point of the season. So I think it's really important here that you sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" for all the fans.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna pass for a third time
Okay,
on
well,
that. Yeah.
I thought maybe you'd be interested, but I get it.
Yeah. Maybe I have to like practice on a keyboard for next week and
Yeah,
you
that's a
know
good idea.
fine tune my vocal skills.
No, that's a good, yeah, definitely, definitely. Fifth inning. I feel like Penguins need to get something going here soon because the Monarchs are a good hitting team. I think they're going to start scoring runs eventually. It's hard to hold them down for the entire game. It's been good so far. Sam Jordan's pitched an excellent game. We'll see how far we elect to keep him in. I definitely wouldn't pull him out at this point.
Yeah, I think with how good the pitching has been, you gotta let it ride a little bit further.
Yeah, both pitchers, honestly. You know what I mean? Like, can't
Hmm.
pull anybody out. Throw down to second. The catcher quits. He's leaving the game. Oh, he's just getting the ball. Never mind. I don't want them to do that. That's a bad idea. Frankly, three up, three down. Ground ball there by Ricardo, the second baseman, makes the play. That's out number one. Everett Laughlin up here. Everett pops that one up for a foul ball. Comes the pitch. That's high, ball one. Good line drive there. We'll see if it's caught. It is, and that's out number two. I'm guessing it's caught based on the cowbell.
Yeah.
So two outs here. Ryan Roofer up. Getting some signs here, maybe. Oh, that's a strike. Good call here by the Queen, announcer number three. Fouled away. That's strike two. 1-2 count. Two outs already here, too. Fouled away. We've been hit, but we're safe. Mark ourselves safe from the latest attack. Here comes pitch. Swing and miss, and that'll take us to the sixth, bottom of the fifth. I'm sorry. Still all tied up, 0-0. Jake, if you're managing the Penguins, what do you do here? Team's not getting anything done offensively.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's not much you can really do other than try to encourage the guys to get some hits. You could try some butts, but even though you do that, I don't know if that's necessarily going to lead to any runs at this point.
Yeah, they've been able to get a guy on here and there, but that's about it. I don't know. There's a whole lot you can do either. Maybe you think about a pinch hitter somewhere towards the bottom of the lineup, which is where you're kind of headed now. I don't know. Just kind of hope your guys catch fire, I guess. Sam Jordan heading back out there for the bottom of the fifth. No surprise. This will be officially now, though, his longest outing of the season. So we get ready to go here in the bottom of the fifth. Checking in. IU is winning against Kennesaw State. Big matchup there. As we're back underway here, bottom of the fifth. Sam Jordan here, bringing the pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. No, it gets through to the outfield. That'll be a base hit. So runner on first here for the Monarchs. Runner on first here. Monarchs now with an opportunity to try to break this one open and score some runs. But so far, the Penguins have responded pretty well. Foul ball, strike one. Batter steps in the box here, looking for the next pitch, thinking about how to get this runner over. Pitch. Another foul ball. We've been attacked again. We survive, though. 0-2.
So we've got to make like a little health bar graphic for the camera.
That's a really good idea. Ball one. Good 0-2 pitch there. You want something that looks like it could be a strike, but definitely isn't. To try to get the batter to chase. Worst thing in the world is give up an 0-2 hit. Foul ball there. So that'll keep us at 1-2. That was the exact same pitch as the one before it. This time, batter chased it. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball. Shortstop gets it. Goes to one. Throw over to second. Not in time. That'll be out number one.
Come on now.
It's always nice when the players yell the number of outs so I know whether I was correct or not. So 1-on-1 out here for the Monarchs. Sam Jordan pitching a hell of a game. Comes the punch. A bunt here by the Monarchs right to Sam Jordan pitcher. Gets another out. Base runner advances, but that's 2 away now. Runner in scoring position. 2 away. So a single here likely scores the runner. You avoid the double play, so kind of a safe play. I'll say bunting to get a runner on second with one out typically doesn't end up scoring runs, but can. Strike. Comes the pitch. That's a ball. Good block by Tyler Sherrard. I'll tell you, he's one of the best in the league at like not letting the ball get by him. He saves it there, and it's important. That's where like a bunt like this really can help a team because now if he drops that, runners on third, there's more pressure on the pitcher to throw strikes, which means you don't get as many balls low, and it has a cascading effect. So having a good defensive catcher means a lot to a baseball team in these types of tight games. Comes the pitch, 2-1 count. Hit, foul ball. That'll bring us to 2-2. 2-2 count. Runner on second. Here comes the pitch. Grounded to the second baseman. Picks it up, makes the play. Yes. Dropped it there, but picked it back up just in time to make the play. Second baseman falling into the gap saves a run and makes it a 0-0 game heading to the sixth inning. Classic baseball game here. Two teams really going at it pitching wise. Update Indiana, just so you know, is up 28-9. So they're looking good to go 2-0. They're the only team last week that won in the top 25 and dropped.
Yeah.
Although they
Yeah.
played Old Dominion, right? And it wasn't a very good. I mean, they didn't have very good showing. So I don't fault the committee, but still.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always weird how they come up with those rankings anyways.
Yeah. It's still better than the BCS computer. I don't know if you're old enough to remember that, Jake, but that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Warm up. We haven't talked about this before, but the way this pitcher warms up is really interesting to me. He doesn't go into the windup. He just kind of steps and throws to get his arm ready. Doesn't as far as I can tell, he only throws fastballs. Steps and just throws. See that? No windup, nothing.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've not seen this before. I guess it kind of makes sense to me because you're really just trying to get your arm warmed up. I don't throw a ton of breaking ball pitches when I warm up. He doesn't throw any. I don't throw a ton just because I don't want people to see what I'm throwing and see it more than when they're in the batter's box. Um, but I've never seen someone just like not go from the wind up or the stretch or something just to. He doesn't, but one of the best pitchers in the IBL in my opinion. So I can't fault him. That's ball one. Number 11, Retro Alvarado up. Which jersey do you like better? Ground ball, third baseman gets it. Makes the play. He's safe, though, on a high throw. Put a runner on first, nobody out.
I will say the white jerseys look a lot cleaner, but I'm always a fan of the oddball jerseys that kind of stick out.
Yeah. Yeah. They're definitely more classic baseball here, right? Um, but I liked the blue and pink ones. I helped design them, so I'm a little biased. But we did it just like we did for the instigators. The team voted on the jerseys this year, and that's what we got. Bunt there, bunt down the first base line. Well executed by Tyler. And that'll move the runner over, but there's one away. Good bunt by Sherrard to move the runner over. So now there's a runner in scoring position with only one away. So now we need our 9-10 hitters to make something happen to give the Penguins a chance to score here. And I'll say they're the 9 and 10 hitters. Reminder, you have to bat at least 10 in this league. If you can. We see a strike there. But just because they're 9 and 10 doesn't mean they're not good hitters. Tony hit over 300 last year, made the All-Star team. Lesniak can get hot really quick and hit the ball hard. So these guys can make something happen here. The Penguins are counting on them here. All high. Here comes the pitch. All outside. Ball hit by Tony into the outfield. And I can't tell. It looks like it might have been dropped there. I can't tell if Tony's on first base over there. We'll take a peek. He is. He's on first base. So it looks like the runner dropped the ball. Or the fielder dropped the ball. We saw Tony kind of take off there at the end. Yep. So it's 2 on now, 1 away. Ball there on the bunt, pass ball. Now runners in second and third. That takes away the double play. That's a huge pass ball there for the Penguins. And frankly, something you don't see a ton from their catcher either, who's a really good catcher. So that ball was way inside, though. That was definitely a wild pitch, not a pass ball. On what I'm going to assume was a fake bunt. So now Lesniak has an opportunity. He fakes the bunt again. Or squares around. I can't really say if he faked it or not. It's ball 2. That's a ball. So the count is 3-0 or 2-1. Not sure which. I guess we'll know on the next pitch, maybe.
Yeah.
Lesniak looks ready here. He hits one of the outfield. Caught by the right fielder, but that will score a run on the tag up. So Lesniak does the job there. And the Penguins get on the board first. Not the Monarchs. The Penguins get on the board first, 1-0. 2 away now. Nice job there by Lesniak to hit the ball the other way into the outfield deep enough to score the run pretty easily. No throw at all. And the Penguins take the first lead of the game, 1-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. That's just good baseball by the Penguins, right? They get runner on, get an error, ground ball here to the third baseman. That'll be out number 3. I was going to say, though, it was good baseball by the Penguins. They get a runner on, then they bunt him over, then they get an error, get by on the pass ball, and then they hit the sacrifice fly. That's about as small ball as you can get, but the Penguins make it work and score a run. You don't always need to hit home runs, Jake.
Yeah.
Although that
no,
makes it easier.
Sacrifice fly works just as well.
Yeah.
Every time there's a sac fly, though, it always reminds me of this is an older movie, I think from the '90s, the Fan, with Wesley Snipes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think it's De Niro. He's like, baseball's fairer than life because sacrifice fly does not count against your batting average.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
It is that I haven't watched that movie in a while, but that's one of the lines I remember from it.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's a great one. Sam Jordan, we should say, is out there for a sixth inning. So we said someone had to go five. Sam's gonna go try to go six here. And why not throwing a shutout, you know? Throw down to second here by Tyler. We'll see how that looks. Usually looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. There's the throw. Good throw by Tyler. We're ready to go. Monarchs find themselves trailing for the first time up to bat in this game. 1-0. That's a ball. Contrary to Ricardo's opinion, that was definitely a ball. I like his enthusiasm, though. That's a foul ball. We've been hit again. Only barely. You can see though on the right side, this net extends all the way to the dugout there. So any foul ball is going to rock our camera a little bit, but the camera's held up pretty well. How do you think the Penguins would do in a game of basketball? That's my question. Penguins versus instigators in basketball.
Yeah.
It's a good pitch there. So that's a strikeout. I forgot to mark the strike for the foul ball, and that's one away.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely be interested in seeing that though. I think that was something that was tossed around maybe a little bit back in the fan controlled days as well.
Yeah, yeah, fan controlled basketball. Ball one. Ball two. 2-0 here. As a pitcher, you got to dig deep, as your longest outing, even though he's been pitching really well, right? It's at this point, your legs probably haven't given out, although they're feeling a little sluggish. Your arms feeling a little heavier than normal. Still manageable, but it just means that your mental fortitude has to come up just a little bit. So we get a foul ball. We've been hit again. 2-1. Honestly, that hit gave us a little bit better view of the diamond. We can see first base much better here. So all in all, pretty good for us. Here comes pitch. It's a strike. 2-2. I disagree. I thought it was a good pitch. Right on the outside corner. It's a ball, full count. Full count here. One out. No UFOs yet. My guess is the UFO came during the blurry part. That's strike three, 2 away. So good job by Jordan striking out the first two batters of this inning. But yeah, that's my conspiracy theory now is the camera went blurry because of a UFO, not because of the ball. Because then it just
Yeah.
it just happened to get fixed on the very next one. Give me a break.
Yeah, no, that's logical. I don't know
Yeah.
if I've mentioned this before, but I found my transcript the other day from college, and I do have Cyborg's Other Worlds and Other Dimensions as one of my courses on there.
So you know,
Yeah.
ball hit to the third baseman, throw down to first. Easy play, and that's out number 3 for the Penguins. So we head to the 7th. Penguins still up 1-0 here in this game that is cruising along, frankly. So after taking that course, did you ever consider a career in ufology?
Funny enough, that would be I went a different route actually. So I have that's one of my courses. Another one was Ghost and Ghostbusters. So
Yeah.
when I did move down here to Florida, I did get hired actually to be a tour guide for ghost tours.
Oh, fun.
Um, I did one and then I ghosted them after that. I never showed up for the rest. So
That's so funny.
yeah.
I have one of those bears that will like turn red and beep if like there's ghosts in the area, whatever. I can't remember what it uses, whatever frequency it reads. So I got one of those if we need it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about taking it to where the Lions played there in Danville.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got that cursed footage from the game last season.
That's right. Yeah. Airplane coming to crash on the field, sounds like. My guess is now that you've ghosted that tour, what I would do if I were the owner is I would just tell everybody that was on that tour that you were a ghost.
Yeah.
Like, no, we don't know who you're talking about. You know?
Yeah, in the back of my mind, I feel a little bad about it, but it's like that's it's true. Like I'm not making that up. It is truly what I did. I went on one tour, did it, and then I was like, it's not really worth it. I just never showed up after that.
Yeah, they didn't pay well, or were you scared?
I'd say a little bit of both. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, that
yeah.
makes sense.
I didn't want any attachments following me, and so
Yeah. You'd already risked too much, to be honest.
yeah. It's interesting though because my route was like downtown Orlando.
Yeah. How long ago was this? Like a couple years ago?
Yeah, it was a couple years ago, like right when I moved down here, maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, yeah. We'll just go back and tell them you were on vacation.
Yeah.
Foul ball there. I believe the count's 1-2, but it could also be 2-1. I'm just full transparency here. That's why I don't drink Ghost Energy drink. I prefer Dubby because Ghost Energy drink, like, that's bad juju.
Mhm.
And he's safe. We're on first base. Oops. Nobody out. Good job by Agrawal to hustle that out. I almost gave another ball for no reason. It's because the reset button is really close to the +1 button. So, little behind the scenes magic for our fans.
Yeah.
Jake Heller up here. Penguins looking to extend their lead. Bunt there by Heller. Really well placed. I think he's going to make it. Oh, he's out. I thought he was going to make it. That was a really close play. I think it was the right call by the umpire based on what we see here. But gets the runner into scoring position with only one away. So Penguins right back to it here in the 7th inning. Good hit by Ricardo. That goes in the outfield. Looks like the runner's going to try to score here from second base. The throw not in time. And the Penguins score again. Ricardo with the RBI single. And the Penguins double their lead now, 2-0. So there it is, right? You get the bunt to get the runner in scoring position. The very next batter turns on one and hits it into the outfield for a run. That's how baseball's supposed to work.
Yeah. Yeah, the bunts played out well both times it's been executed by the Penguins.
Yeah, absolutely. As Ricardo moved up to second base on the throw home. So he's in scoring position now with one out. Ball there. Yeah, I mean, even when we tried to bunt but didn't, right? We got a pass ball that moved both runners up. At the end of the day, when you're trying to bunt, that's your goal. So if you move them up, even if you don't put it in play, that's still a victory for you. You know what I mean? Ricardo dancing around, and they'll look back to second base. Ricardo's not fast, but he is a nuisance on the bags, and so pitchers he catches a pitcher's eye because he does a lot of movement. He makes a lot of noise. Everett lines it out to the second baseman who steps on second base. Unlucky there as they get the double play. And we move to the bottom of the seventh. Can't do anything about that. Literally, the second baseman catches it 2 steps off the bag, steps on the bag. No way, no chance for Ricardo to get back. We head to the bottom of the seventh. Penguins up 2-0. Bottom of the seventh, 2-0. Do you think we see Sam Jordan out here again?
I don't know. I feel like if we do, this is probably the last inning for him. But seven is pretty deep as far as it's going all the way through.
Especially for a guy that hasn't gone more than 4 all season, but he is stepping out. We see him there. You can tell because he's tall as hell.
Yeah,
Sam Jordan stepping onto the mound. He and I have slightly different body shapes.
just a little different.
I'll begin warming him up here. Sam's warm up is very deliberate. That's what I'll say about it. Like it doesn't look like he's throwing hard, but he's like working on release point. He's working on like seeing the ball. It looks like I could be wrong. I've never talked to him about it, but it does. It seems just like a shade um, less intense than his like pitching motion during the game. Throwdowns coming up here, so we'll get started in the bottom of the seventh. Pitch a little low there. Good throw there by Tyler. A little off base, so both of them a little bit outside there, but those don't count, so I guess it doesn't matter. As the Monarchs come to the plate looking for some run support for their pitcher who has pitched a gem through 7 innings. Screen's not frozen here. Everyone's just waiting on everyone else to move. It looked like it, didn't it?
It did.
That ball drops. Cho looking for 3. No, instead he'll stop it too. So that's a leadoff double here. I think that's the first extra base hit of the game by either team. We've had some guys get on second from a ball being thrown to another base, like we saw with Ricardo last inning. But I don't think we've seen anyone actually get an extra base hit until right. Cho fast on the base paths too. You got to watch for him to try to steal here. Got a ground ball. A pop fly. Oh, sorry, they caught it. That's out number one. Can't see Ricardo over there, but he caught it. Caught the foul ball, so it's one out. Comes the pitch. Swing and miss. Strike one. If you're Sam here, you got to think about the runner on second and say that run doesn't really matter. We're up 2 runs. Let's get the outs. Let him do his own thing. Don't let him distract you here. That's the ball. Foul ball off the catcher's mask, off of us. That should be an out. If you hit too many people, that's the bad thing about an umpire not being behind the catcher is that we're the next thing. 1-2. Did not go. People were thought Cho was going to leave there. He must have done some sort of dummy move there, faked the run. You see that every now and then to just kind of break up the attention span of everybody. But it didn't work. It's 2-2. Or maybe it did work. Maybe that's why it was a ball. Who knows? Foul ball. We've been crushed. Not too bad, though. We're still in this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't see first bases clearly, but runner took off. Foul ball. Still 2-2. It's been a good at bat. That's a ball. Full count. That's a ball. Throw down a second as the runner is caught in a rundown. Tried to steal there. So we get the walk, but maybe they get the out here. The tag. No, they dropped the ball. So now they're in a rundown between second and third, and Tyler overthrows third base. Runner scores. Meanwhile, the runner who walked is going to third base. That ball must be all the way at the fence. Monarchs scored 2 there. It's an interesting play. We don't do this often, but we're going to go back, Jake.
Yeah. It's an inside the park home run off of a walk.
Yeah, well, if you,
I mean, not technically.
Yeah. I'm going to argue this play when we see it in a second. Because the runner steps way out of the baseline because he thought he was tagged out, which should mean he's out. And I'm going to argue with the umpire about it. I'm going to lose this argument, but I'm right. And it sucks because it would have been the second out. Instead, we're going to have a tie game here. So go ahead and bump up the score before I forget. I think it's on this next pitch here. No, it's on the next pitch. I can't quite move it forward just a little,
Yeah.
Maybe I can. Let's try this. Okay, here it is. Watch the runner here. So he thinks he gets tagged right there. The ball's dropped. Look how far out of the baseline he goes. You're allowed 3 feet outside the baseline. Unfortunately, no Penguins ever tag him. And so now, because the ball's gone all the way to the fence, they're going to score another run. So a terrible call by the umpire who's in the wrong position. I'm about to come out. I don't get ejected in this game, Jake. But this was a terrible call. You know, that line, the coach's box line where he went to third base is about 8 to 10 feet.
When you went out to argue it, did you let him know you had it on tape?
I did. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, even though the umpire made a terrible call there that really cost us 2 runs, you know, the Penguins also made mistakes too, right? We dropped the ball on the tag, we overthrew the throw to third base. Uh, y- you know, could have mitigated the damage. So now the two teams are arguing with each other a little bit. So they're going to discuss it. I'm probably going to step back out there. Maybe we'll fast forward through this part because it's going to be a lot of arguing. Go back just a little bit. There we go. So this runner scored as well. So 1 out, nobody on, tie game, 2-2. A hell of a way to give up the lead. It's a ball. Anyway, terrible call, Jake. But also, Penguins should have kept the ball when they tried to tag. Should have not thrown the ball all the way to the fence. You know, errors also cost us runs there. But as a manager, it hurts to watch an umpire make such a terrible call. All right, 2 down. So now the Penguins got a. So 2 outs now. The Penguins got to get their heads back together. Frankly, is where they're at. So we'll see where it's at. Foul ball looks like it'll go out of play. So that's strike 1. This is a great breakdown by the Queen, by the way. This is why it's important to have 2 umpires because the umpire is not in a good position there to see the base runner out, right? If the home plate umpire is there, he can see how far that guy ran outside the baseline. He can make the call. Um, None of that matters to the Penguins, though. But the Queen's right there. Foul ball, strike 2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Foul ball. Still 0-2. You got to kind of read the batter there. Can't tell if it's a foul ball or not from our camera angle. Hit, and that's out three as that ball is caught in the outfield. So that takes 3 outs, top of the eighth, all tied up. Brand new baseball game, Jake. All right, top eight. We've now seen Sam Jordan go 7 innings, giving up no earned runs because the error on the tag and the error throw both means that neither of those runs are earned runs, although they are runs. So Sam Jordan with no earned runs and through seven. Hell of a start for him.
Yeah, definitely an impressive outing. All the way through that. I think though you probably are going to see, if I had to guess, a new pitcher going into the next inning.
Yeah, it's interesting. It definitely looks like they're getting to him a little bit more. They're putting the ball in play a little more often, although he's getting outs. He's got the walk, but overall has looked pretty decent. But that hit that Cho had was pretty good. That third out there was a pretty decent hit. So um, as a manager, you're trying to figure out like how long can we go before they start to catch up to your pitcher, because eventually batters will catch up to your pitcher nearly every time, which is why there's only 20 something no hitter, or I mean perfect games and all that in Major League Baseball, right? Because eventually batters catch up. Meanwhile, the Yankees game's in a rain delay. Yankees are up 2-1 in the bottom of the sixth. Yankees are 4.5 games out of first, but against the Blue Jays, who they're playing, so they win these next two. They're only 2.5 games out of first heading into the last couple of weeks of the season. Same pitcher out there for the Monarchs, so he's going to pitch the eighth inning. He's given up runs in the last 2 innings. Trying to figure, as a manager again, trying to figure out how far he can go. But also, you don't know the Monarch situation. Who do they have in there that can pitch for them? You're weighing that drop off versus where he is in the game. Roofer up to bat here, number 0. Swing and miss for strike one. Getting a little dog pet history here. That's a ball. Oh, that's too many balls. Ball one. Jake, do you own any pets?
Not currently.
That's a ball. 2-1. It's ball high. I think it's 3-1, Jake. Could be 2-2. There's ball 3 again, so it was 2-2. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I'm hitting too many buttons, Jake. There are no outs. And they called that a strike. Way outside there. Strike 3.
You feel like
Obvious missed
maybe,
call.
yeah, you feel like maybe that's a little carryover from the conversation from the previous inning.
Definitely could be. That's ball one there. That's a foul ball. 1-1. Jose singled to right his last time up. Looking to get the Penguins started here with one down. Comes the pitch. Popped up, foul. That's now out number 2. So if you're a Penguins fan, you think probably the momentum feels like it's shifted away from your team a little bit here with the kind of circus play that happened the last inning, and now 2 quick outs here to start the top of the 8th. That's the tough thing about baseball is it's a mental game, so you need everyone to kind of dial in as soon as possible. But also, you can understand why players are feeling a little dejected, given what happened that last inning. That's a strike. 1-1. Ball there. 2-1. Line ground ball hit to the shortstop. He fields it. Makes the throw, and he's out. Out number 3, bottom of the 8th. 2-2, Jake. Lowest scoring game we've seen all season in IBL play. Let's check in on IU, Jake, while we're here. They're up 49-9. 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Much better start compared to a much better game compared to the game last week against Old Dominion.
Yeah.
How's Syracuse doing?
Let's see. Not looking good. It is 17-6. They are still down, and it's in the 4th with 7 minutes to go.
Sounds like a terrible offensive showing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it does not look very good. One of their leading receivers is their tight end Dan Villari. Fun story with him is he was actually a Michigan quarterback who transferred to Syracuse that they converted to a tight end, which they wound up using him as a Wildcat quarterback for about 3 games a couple years back when they had no quarterbacks on the roster.
Oh, interesting.
But now he's back to tight end. Sometimes he lines up in Wildcat, but whatever they're doing does not seem to be working right now.
Yeah. He's a poor man's what was his name for the Saints? Hill? That
Yeah,
played for
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill for where do you play college? BYU.
BYU, yeah.
Yeah. Is Taysom
He,
Hill still on the Saints? We haven't heard anything about him.
I don't know. I feel like maybe he tore his ACL again. I know he's had several ACL tears.
Because you'd have thought you'd have heard something about him with this quarterback competition, but then again, he's 35.
Yeah.
So we see the out there. Not sure what happened. It looked like a pop out. That's one out. Yeah, you're right. He's about to be 35. He tore his ACL in week 13 and is still out. To me, he is what should have happened to Tim Tebow as we get strike 1.
Yeah,
But
Tim
again,
Tebow's such an interesting case because he's got that playoff win as a quarterback to start his career, and then not much after that.
yeah, absolutely got kind of killed by Peyton Manning's free agency. And everyone tried to change him, and also he didn't really want to do anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we see a ball hit to the left side. That's a foul. 1-2.
He did play a little bit with Syracuse in the MILB, the Syracuse Mets.
Oh, what are they? Triple A or double A?
Oh, I don't remember. I know they were the Syracuse Sky Chiefs, and then they changed to the Mets. I don't remember if they changed after that.
Yeah, I feel like right after COVID, as that's a strikeout throwout, and that's out too. By the way, Sam Jordan's still on the mound in the eighth inning. Um. Oh, but right after COVID, when they compressed the minor leagues, a lot of teams changed their name from a unique identity to the name of their parent company. So my guess is they were swept up in that, which is too bad. It kind of ruins the uniqueness that minor league baseball had. Although they still do the alternate names, which is really fun. The only sport I know, the only professional league I know that teams have alternate identities.
Yeah.
Who's a better baseball player, though? This is the real. We're watching baseball. Let's talk about baseball. Better baseball player in his career: Michael Jordan or Tim Tebow? The real debate.
Man, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It's hard for me to say anything against Jordan just because of how dominant he was in basketball, but I don't know. It's an interesting debate.
I know. I'm gonna look for a comparison.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say I'm not familiar with the stats on either one of them as far as baseball goes.
Okay, actually, this is really interesting. We're gonna talk about this in the next break. I got their stats pulled up. It's a really good comparison. So we see ball four there. Runner gets on with 2 outs. Stay tuned for our Tim Tebow versus Michael Jordan breakdown of baseball stats. Yeah, but who would have won in basketball?
Oh, I feel like Jordan's got the advantage in that one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Comes the pitch, 1-0. Strike, 1-1. That's a ball. Looks like Sam's just running out a little bit of gas here. A little less sharp than he has been, although he's got the 2 outs. It's a ball. 3-1. Still no UFOs. You see ball four, second straight walk for Sam Jordan there. Gonna have a little conversation on the mound. Here comes the manager here. This is an interesting call here. The manager's got to decide whether he's going to pull him or not. Didn't come out with his glove though, so my guess is Sam's staying in the game here for at least one more batter. And indeed, Corey walks off. So
Yeah, I think with 2 outs, you give him another shot here and see if he can wrap it up here in this inning, and then he can make this switch for the following.
yeah, that's my guess too. Go swing and miss. Some of it is also just to kind of give him a breath, I would guess too, right? Let him catch his wind a little bit. Kind of refocused. Let's go to strike. 0-2. Can't agree with the queen on that one. That looked like a strike to me. That's a ball. Oh, they called it a ball. I was going to say, that looked like a ball to me. Ricardo fooled the entire field, dude.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Looking outside again. And it is caught by the shortstop, thrown to the second baseman. That's out number 3. We head to the 9th. Sam Jordan gets out of it, 2-2. All right. The moment we've all been waiting for. Career stats. Michael Jordan played 1 season in Double-A. You ready?
Mhm.
All right. So him, just to give you a little context, he played 127 games all in Double-A. Tim Tebow played 126 games in Double-A and Triple-A. So a little higher. Batting average, Michael Jordan, 202. Tim Tebow, 223. Home runs, Michael Jordan, 3. Tim Tebow, 8. RBIs, 51 for Michael Jordan, 52 for Tebow. Slugging percentage for Tim Tebow is 399, which is higher. But Michael Jordan had 30 stolen bases. And again, Double-A versus Double-A and Triple-A. So pretty even stats. Although I think my opinion is the edge there goes to Tebow.
Yeah, it does sound like statistically Tebow has got the slight edge there.
Yeah, but it's very slight. So number 47 coming back out to pitch the 9th here for the Monarchs. I had no idea. I'd never looked up their stats before. I had no idea they were that close.
Yeah, it's surprising that they are that similar to each other.
Yeah. Yeah, Tebow hit for a little bit more power, but Jordan had less errors and was a better had more speed. So we head to the 9th inning, all tied up. Penguins like to get a run up here. Help Sam Jordan out. But another game, to your point that you mentioned, Penguins aren't hitting particularly well in this game. They're not scoring a ton of runs. Obviously, 2 runs. Monarchs aren't either. So this is just a typical Penguins game, it feels like this season. Good pitching, good defense, not great offensively. Way outside. We've been hit.
Oh yeah.
Going back to the cinematic view. All right, here we go. Checking in to see if the Yankees game has started back up yet. Still in a rain delay. Pitch looks like a ball. Can't tell, but I'm gonna say it was a ball. Sounds like an out. One down here. So it wasn't an out. Sounds like the runner is on first base. No, now they say there is one out. Which is it? Sounds like that was called for a strike. Bottom then top here. Looks like a ball. 1-1. So they are saying nobody out. So there is a runner on first. We've been hit again. Runner moves to second. So now, oops, now we know the situation. I was hoping that was going to fix it again for us, you know?
Yeah, we didn't get quite as lucky this time.
They need to hit us on the left side, I think.
Yeah.
Bunts laid down. Nice job. Runner advances to third base here with only one away. So chance here for the Penguins to take the lead.
Yeah, good strategy move there. You know, any kind of hit should score the run.
Antonio up here. Got a strike call. Comes the pitch. That's a ball. Pitch ground to the third baseman, which means that the runner can't score there. It gives us 2 outs. Rough there. Anything on the right side of the field, the runner scores. Unfortunately, it was hit right to the third baseman. And now it's 2 outs. Antonio's a new player on the team. Looking back, I probably would have called a bunt there. You know what I mean? But instead, we get an out, 2 outs. Ball hit to left field. That's an out. So that'll be 3 outs. Bottom of the 9, 2-2. Interesting decision here, what you do with the pitching. Still a rain delay for the Yankees here. I don't know what I'm going to do after this. So Penguins fighting here, trying to get into the third spot. And yeah, that blob there in the middle is definitely not Sam Jordan. So it looks like Corey Kern will take the mound. And we see the lefty throw. That's a terrible pass. Maybe he's just trying to straighten out the camera.
Yeah, I think that's what we were going for.
So bottom of the ninth here, Monarchs should walk this one off with a run here in the ninth inning. Because of the time limits, Jake, we've not had an extra inning game this season. But if we do, runner starts on second base. We go with the ghost runner, like we did, like the major leagues did for a while. Or I can't remember if the major leagues still do or not. But intense moment of the game here, 2-2. What a game this has been. Penguins need to shut them down here, get a chance to bat next inning, see what happens, especially with the middle of their lineup coming up. Feels like they got a little bit of an advantage if they get through this inning. Are you listening to the story?
A little bit. I can hear some of it, but we also have like I don't know groundskeeping or whatever
Yeah, yeah.
mowing outside too.
No, she ordered an umbrella and a folder for it, but she can't find them. She doesn't know where she put them. All right, looks like this inning's about to get underway. Top of the order here for the Monarchs. That's a ball. Ball two. Not a good start here. That's ball three. 3-0 to the first batter. There's a strike. It's always good to get the first one out of the way. It's never good to get it out of the way on a 3-0 count, though. I'd rather do it 0-0. And that's ball four. So a runner on first, nobody out. Monarchs once again have a chance to walk this one off if they can get that runner in. So, if you're the Penguins, you're looking for a bunt. You're looking for something that's going to move the runner around. I'm sure. We do, in fact, see him square around. It's ball one. So, so the runner steals second. I'll tell you though, you can't see it from here, but I'll tell you from the game. Tyler makes a perfect throw, and unfortunately, the shortstop drops the ball on the tag. Would have had the runner out. Instead, he's on second with nobody out on the stolen base. So risk reward there. Good call by the Monarchs. Better play by Tyler. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work for the Penguins. Another drop ball on a tag. Foul ball. 2-1. I thought that was going to fix our camera. 2-2 here. So now Kern desperately needs to get an out. All three, full count. Sorry, that's ball three, so it's 3-2. I was doing pretty well up till that point, even with the blurry camera. Pop fly, hit to left field. And that's an out. So getting out there, runner stays at second. More importantly, one away. If you're the Monarchs, though, you probably feel like you won that at bat just because your runner did move up to second. This is a 3-hole hitter now for the Monarchs. So strike call there in the middle of the lineup here, the power side of the lineup for the Monarchs. This is who you want up if you're the Monarchs. That's a ball. Here comes the pitch. And so we get, you can't really see it there. You heard an interesting sound. And that's because when the batter swung, he hit the catcher's glove, which is catcher's interference, which means the batter automatically goes to first base. So, which is too bad because he grounded it out to the pitcher. Probably would have been an out. So if you're keeping track, that's two people that could have been out, but instead they're both on base with one away. So now the Penguins, the good news is that they got to force it any bag now, and they could turn a double play if it's hit up the middle. So, unfortunate because you'd rather the inning be over, but instead, this is where we're at. So let's see what happens. As Tyler and the pitcher here are going to have some conversation. Rough inning, if you're a Penguins fan, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely not ideal here in the bottom of the ninth.
A little bit of a comedy of errors. Um, it doesn't help though to get the walk on the leadoff runner. Um, everything just kind of has. Even still though, as that's a ball. Monarchs haven't scored a run, so ground ball to the third baseman. Steps on third base. That's out number 2 for the Penguins. So runners on first and second with 2 away. IU won 56-9, so we'll take it. Here comes the pitch. Big at bat for both teams here. Could decide the game. That's ball 1. Ground ball down the third base line. The runner's going to come from second. Throw home is not going to get there, and that's your ball game. Really well hit ball. We didn't see it. You couldn't see it, obviously, but a really well hit ball down the line. That is your ball game. Penguins lose 3-2 on a walk off. Jake, takeaways for the game.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was a pretty solid game for the Penguins as far as the pitching goes. Um, Jordan going 8 innings through that, and no earned runs on that. Um, but solid outing from him. A little bit of what we've seen in the past, though, or just a little bit of struggles on the batting side, the offensive side for the Penguins. Um,
Yeah.
but interesting ways that the Monarchs scored their runs as far as how that final score happens.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at it, all three runs were unearned, which means this is the second game the Penguins have lost this season where no pitcher gave up an earned run, which is, good for the pitching, but also means that, there's just some things happening on the field. You can't really, we had a couple of drop tags that happens. Can't really blame, anybody for a catcher's interference. That's just something that sometimes happens, especially when you're changing pitchers and one pitcher's throwing a lot of movement, right? Maybe overextend a little bit. But unfortunately, the Penguins lose, drop to 4-4, ends their 3-game winning streak, but still 4-4, the best record they've had after 8 games. So the Penguins look good. We have them next week. Let's see who they're gonna play. Please hold. I gotta see what the next game is that is recorded. All right, we just watched them lose to the Monarchs. The next one is they will play. Oh, none of these are their teams. Okay, they will play the Bandits. Is that right? Yep, June 29th. Bandits game is the next game that we have. Bandits are a team that we lost to 4-0, if you remember. Had an excellent pitcher, Matt Myers. So that'll be an interesting game to see. They're at the top of the table. See if the Penguins can bounce back. Any final words before we end this one, Jake? I appreciate you being with me. Dubby kept me fueled up the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
Feeling good.
Maybe next week for me, I'll have that too.
Yeah, yeah. Did you get the starter set? Is that what you got, or did you get something else?
Uh, I think that's what I got.
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. Until next time, more baseball is good for the soul. I don't know what we say here. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll see you next time.